You just want to do whatever it takes to protect your kids.
Her daughter was 8 years old. She shared a bedroom with her daughter. It was the dark, early morning hours. Miss Reynolds' daughter woke her up, and they heard breathing in the room.
I said out loud, "What is that?" And she said, "I don't know." So I sat up in my bed and I looked to my right towards where my daughter was and noticed somebody laying on the floor next to her bed.
She leaned down and saw a body, male figure laying next to her daughter's bed. She reached down thinking it might be her son. She had an 8-year-old son as well. And then realized that body's a lot bigger than my 8-year-old son. Realized it was a strange man laying next to her daughter's bed.
And as soon as I realized that, this person started moving, and when he started getting up, there was a flashlight that was on. I can tell because the flashlight shined under her bed. Right away, I'm yelling and screaming.
911 emergency.
My daughter just woke up and woke me up. We heard somebody sleeping on the floor, and I thought it was my son. And I got up and I'm like, "Thomas, what are you doing in here?" And he was laying on the floor, and it was a man laying on the floor, sleeping right underneath my daughter's bed.
Her response was to start yelling, hitting him, screaming.
Right away, I'm yelling and screaming, "Who are you? What are you doing in here? Get the hell out of here." And as he got up, I hit him in the back 1 or 2 times. He ran down the little hallway and starts heading for the sliding glass door. And I realized that's where he came in from. I live in an upper unit. He had climbed up to my balcony and came in through the door.
Where he could make the quickest escape was the open balcony, the open patio door, so he fled out there, still with Miss Reynolds chasing and screaming behind him.
He swung over and he hung for a split second and dropped down.
And he fled as quickly as he could, jumping off the balcony, and was so startled and probably shocked at how Miss Reynolds responded to him that he ended up whacking his head on the ground, leaving a blood trail out to the street. Officers came, they collected the DNA, they sent it out to the lab, and it came back to some DNA that had been located outside of another peeping scene 3 years earlier. That's how they found out who he was. So not only did her courageous actions actually help us catch this guy, but then she had to have the courage to go in front of court, in front of the very man who was in her home, and tell 14 strangers what happened, how it affected her family, and she was able to do that.
Definitely needed to make sure that this guy was not going to hurt anybody ever again or prey on anybody ever again. And that's what my whole focus was.
Because of her courageous actions that morning, it didn't just help her daughter and the people in that apartment complex. She saved all the kids in our community from having to deal with this guy ever again. We know from experts and from experience that child predators like this, their behavior escalates, and it escalates, and it escalates. And we saw that with him.
I think it's made her a stronger person. It's made me a stronger person. We are coping really well with it now. I've gotten a dog. He's become the greatest part of our family. It's the kids, you know, they love that dog. And he lets us know if somebody's out there. So, yeah, we're doing well.